Insurance, this is Tony Cañas, and today I want to tell you the story of Eric Kropp. It was a long time ago, longer now than it seems. Back in May of 2017. In March of 2017, I got tired of the flood of messages coming in asking for career advice. I loved the conversations, but I got tired of the logistics of scheduling them and figuring out time zones. Remember, I'm super ADHD. So easy for me to screw up a time zone and end up sending the wrong invite. And it was just a pain. So I bought ChatWithTony.com and redirected it to a free Calendly account to automate the scheduling and the time zone figuring outing. 2 months later, in May of 2017, I got a seemingly common request from Eric Kropp. It simply said that he was looking to get into insurance. Not an uncommon message, I thought. And then when the day came, I gave him a call and I went straight to his voicemail. And I was thinking, weird, why would you go through the trouble of setting up a call and then not be available for it? It happens. I guess I'll try it back in 5 minutes. And then within 30 seconds, I received a WhatsApp message asking if I could call him via WhatsApp. So I did, and he answered. Right as he answered, I was opening his resume, which on my computer, which he had thoughtfully sent up front. As I started reading the resume, I'm like, are you still in Brazil? I was pretty surprised. By 2021, I've had tons of Chat with Tony calls with people abroad, but Eric was probably the first. And after a few minutes of chatting, I finally asked, hold on. You have no insurance experience. You have no family in insurance. You didn't major in RMI. You're not currently interviewing for an insurance role. What on earth led you to call me this early on? What's got you thinking about working in insurance? Turns out that Eric graduated from college in West Virginia with a major in criminal justice and took off to travel the world for a year. He had been working at a hostel in Brazil when he called me, and he was ready to come home and start a career. So he started Googling about cool careers and found Insurance Nerds. And it got him excited about insurance. But he had no idea how to get his first job. Hence, he scheduled some time with me. Immediately, I realized that he'd be great for SIU because of his criminal justice degree or underwriting, if you're used to investigating things. He didn't want to go back to West Virginia. So he was willing and able to start his career anywhere in the US. So an incredibly flexible situation for a brand new college grad. I thought it'd be easy to get him a job. After all, he would be open to work in any entry-level role within insurance with full geographic mobility anywhere in the country. I thought I'd get him a job within a couple of weeks, basically. It wasn't. It wasn't. Turns out, we are an incredibly hard industry to get into. On one hand, we bring in a ton of people that had no intention of working in insurance. On the other hand, if you do want to work in insurance and you don't have a risk management major, we are hard to get into. But eventually he succeeded, and he took a crappy job at a great company, as is very common for entry-level insurance jobs today. Crappy job, potential for a great career. So he started in the billing call center of a great carrier, surrounded by other entry-level people who hated the job. And he hated the job too. He hated the job, absolutely hated the job. The difference between Eric and the people sitting next to him is that Eric had a plan. Eric knew that he wanted a career in insurance, and he knew why. He knew exactly where he wanted to go, SIU or commercial underwriting. And he had a roadmap to get there. From the day he started, he had a roadmap to get there. So he immediately networked his way with the SIU department, and he immediately volunteered to help out with any clerical role or anything to help out however he could after his normal work hours. He also immediately started to work on his AU with the idea of moving to underwriting if SIU didn't pan out, especially once he realized that getting an SIU role without either doing some time in claims or law enforcement would be hard, and he wasn't particularly keen of the idea of having to do some time in claims. Because his research had led him to understand how stressful claims can be. Over the next 14 months, I had to talk him off the ledge a few times and convince him not to leave the industry, remind him of the long-term plan. Then he finished his AU, and everything changed. 14 months after having started his crappy role in a great company, he got his AU and immediately turned it into a commercial underwriting trainee role at Grange. At that point, I knew that I wouldn't have to talk him off the ledge anymore. I knew that he was in a good place where he could grow. Finally, a couple of days ago, some 3.5 years after our first conversation, Eric completed his CPCU. I get misty-eyed just thinking about it. And I can't wait to buy him a drink in Orlando at Into Risk. I don't know if he knows this, but Eric is my first. What I mean by that is he is the first person ever I have documented how Insurance Nerds brought him into the industry when he had no prior intention to work in insurance, gave him the feedback, gave him the roadmap, help them understand how his degree and interest could apply to an insurance career, and help them understand how to get there. And they give the encouragement to get there. Eric is my proof of concept that this crazy thing called Insurance Nerds works. And more than that, Eric is a great story for everybody else that works in this, everybody else that loves insurance. If you love insurance, follow the roadmap, follow the Eric Kropp model, and help us bring thousands or hundreds of thousands of other passionate young professionals who are going to be fantastic for our insurance industry, our insurance ecosystem. All you have to do is give them the right advice. All you have to do is push them in the right direction. A lot of the tools already exist. All you got to do is push them to Insurance Nerds and ChatWithTony, and then serve as an informal mentor when they get stuck. But together, we can solve our industry's talent crisis. Eric is a bit of an introvert, my exact opposite. One time, about a year and a half ago, once he had taken the commercial underwriting role with Grange after he finished his AU, I asked him if I could use him as an example at one of my Millennials in Insurance presentation, and he said no. He said he wasn't ready for that. So when he finished CPCU, I messaged him again, and I asked him again, this time whether I could make a video about his journey. And this time he said yes. And this time he said, maybe another kid in a similar situation will reach out and I'll be able to help him or her. That's what it's all about, paying it forward. Thank you for tuning in today.